Welcome to the world of crowdfunded scams, failed projects and simply inventions that didn't work, all coming from sites such as Indiegogo and Kickstarter. And today we'll be looking into the incredibly unique niche of crowdfunded peanut butter campaigns. Well, I say niche, but of course, unless you are allergic or a complete monster, we all like peanut butter, which is why the PB Spoon Kickstarter campaign was created and raised over $17,000. A uniquely shaped spoon designed to get to all of those annoying areas of the peanut butter jar, allowing you to scoop out just that little bit more. Only problem was, when it shipped, quite a few of the backers reported that it would easily snap. I mean, come on, of course it did. Look at the pictures on the campaign. And then there's Jackpot Peanut Butter, which I will now play the campaign video in full, and yes, I have had to slightly censor it.
Jackpot. Mother peanut butter. Jackpot. Mother peanut butter. Once you go Jack, you never go back.
Yeah, that's the whole video, which somehow helped the campaign raise over £4,000. Honestly, there is nothing really bad about this. The campaign owners just wanted to make some
mother peanut butter.
And it looks like they shipped it out. Fair play, I just thought the video was funny. Yep. Both Kickstarter and Indiegogo are full of peanut butter themed crowdfunded campaigns. And today we will be looking at by far the most popular one. But was it a scam? Was it a scandal? Or was it just an inventor that got it wrong every single step of the way? This is IndieGoGo's Peanut Butter Scandal, the world's worst peanut butter invention. Probably. I mean, I don't know, it's got to be right.
It happened so fast. One moment I was the family breadwinner, the next I was unemployed. I had to start over. But I didn't get mad, I got hungry. I went home, searched my soul, and I made a sandwich. And that's when I knew I could change the world of peanut butter. I'm Andy Scherer. I invented the peanut butter pump.
Now, I'm pretty sure that 95% of you have already worked out what the problem is here, right? Less than 1 minute in, after Andy pumps a hefty thick layer of peanut butter onto his sandwich, way more than any average person would ever want if you ask me, his wife gives it a go, and my god is she struggling using the exact same methods that Andy demonstrated. Why? Because peanut butter is super thick, and obviously not all peanut butter is made equally. Right? Well, it doesn't seem to matter, as only 4 days in, the $20,000 campaign goal was hit. 6 days in, and it had doubled that target. News began to spread about the peanut butter pump on TV and news sites all over that were all ecstatic about the invention doing nothing but singing its praises. And just when the campaign was about to end, reaching $106,000, it magically got extended by an extra 20 days. Nobody was asking the obvious question here. Everyone that would want something like this was getting targeted, and without hesitation, they were all putting their money down. This was most likely due to the campaign being run by a launchpad agency, a public relations and digital marketing firm that helps crowdfunded campaigns, among other things, get the word out. Heck, they still have the peanut butter pump listed on their website due to its wildly successful campaign, which, as you can see, shows that they eventually raised $132,616, a whopping 663% over their initial goal. And as great as that may be, it's not true. In fact, they raised a whole lot more than that. Either way, I'm not going to blame them for not updating their marketing. I'm just going to suggest that they should probably look into the campaigns they help promote just a little bit more. You see, on this case studies page, alongside the peanut butter pump, you have the Wonder Spray portable butt shower, a 337,000 campaign that not only blew pressured water up your backside, but a whole load of smoke too, as they ran away with the money and started selling the products on Facebook and other social media sites, and are yet to send it to any backers, going completely silent. Graph Golf is essentially a golf ball with a computer in it that sends data about your playstyle to your phone and includes some kind of GPS. This one raised $120,000 and never got shipped, with the campaign owners now in hiding. InstaFloss is a reworked version of one of those jet wash floss things that have become all the rage. Look, I even have one. This one raised $812,000 and is currently running 4 years late due to manufacturing issues, with backers getting mighty angry up in the comments section, calling it out as a scam. The Ice Backer Ski Mask is a set of protective goggles for skiing that also includes a set of bone-conducting wireless headphones. This one raised over 180,000 euros and, according to the comments, has issues connecting to your phone. And then when it does, it sounds horrific. And then you got Move It, which was a portable gym with app connectivity, and in all fairness, this one did ship, with minor issues found in the comment sections which the campaign owners do seem to be trying to rectify. But that's just one campaign that Launchpad helped. The rest, which I won't bore you with, are all a bit of a mixed bag. You always hear in the comment section about how these crowdfunding sites should be held responsible when a crowdfunding campaign fails. But that's quite a hard task when you've got hundreds, if not thousands, of new campaigns going up on these sites every single day. If you ask me, it's these marketing sites that should also take some of the blame, as the majority of the time they are the ones that are taking the biggest cut to help promote the products. Anyway, what were we talking about again before I went down that rabbit hole? Ah yes, the peanut butter pump. As stated, the campaign had raised a decent amount of money, a whopping $117,197 by the time the campaign ended, which is currently all the way up to $166,276, as the campaign still has the option to buy these things. Plus, on top of that, you could also go and get one on the campaign owner's website too. So who knows how much this raised in total. At the end of the day, it's a lot of money. Kickstarter, the campaign owner, and that marketing company made a whole lot of money. That's black and white. However, what's not black and white is the indication anywhere on this campaign that this is just a prototype. The video shows it working, the endless amounts of GIFs show it working, and when searching for the word prototype, nothing comes up. However, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom past all of the, what I would call proof that this thing already works without any flaws, you see a timeline as a picture, hence why the Control F search function didn't work, where it explains that the final design, the one you see in the video, still needs to be translated for manufacturing. Honestly, that's not really that big of a deal, because at the end of the day, the prototype that you see in the video seems to work completely fine. Right? Well, no. You see, as soon as the campaign ended, which just so happens to be in April, the month that they would be getting this translated into a final product for manufacturing, Andy did that very thing. In May, he updated that he had selected the perfect manufacturer, and then in June, he started to show off the new prototypes that again were based on his initial design. What's the difference? Well, according to those Indiegogo updates, he had managed to change this from a 6-part device into a 3-part device, which not only helps with the cleaning of this device, but it also stops the friction, something that he had had a lot of trouble with leading up to this point with his prototype. Something that he failed to mention in the campaign when it was live. After a few more updates, we got our first delay due to the redesigns of the pump, with the new estimated shipping date moving from August to September. He failed to mention that the redesign was going to take place too, from what I can tell. And then in September it got delayed once again to an unknown time due to the slow progress that the factory had made. The very next month we get confirmation that Andy is going to Taiwan to test the final prototypes. And then all of a sudden, look who's rocked up on Shark Tank.
My name is Andy Scherer. I'm asking $200,000 for 15% of the company.
So obviously I don't want to get flagged for showing too much of this footage, so I'll explain what's going down. He was asking for $200,000 for 15% of his company, and as expected, not one dragon, or shark I should say, went for it. As quite simply, that's a ludicrous amount of money for a tiny portion of a non-existent company.
This price is nuts. Like 200,000, 15%, the whole business isn't worth 200,000 right now.
The issue for backers was, why is he here? He has the working prototype and he has the money. Right? Well, turns out he spent more of the money, which he does admit to, and he also admits that it wasn't the right thing to do, as it was not what the money was for, and now he needs more.
I haven't spent all the money. However, I have withdrawn a little bit of money, and I'm that's not really what it's for. But, I mean, I'll go ahead and do this even if I have to sell my house.
But besides asking for way too much and admitting to spending backers' money on God knows what, one other interesting thing to come from this was that Kevin O'Leary just so happened to be an obsessive peanut butter addict. This resulted in, albeit in a jokey fashion, the Sharks instantly seeing plenty of flaws with the design, as he got Andy to confirm that it would not work with refrigerated peanut butter or natural peanut butter, but instead only peanut butter that includes wax, aka stabilized peanut butter, which is obviously going to alienate a large chunk of the hardcore peanut butter market. Again, something he perhaps should have mentioned when the campaign was live. So, with no extra money in his pocket and his head in his hands, he went back to Indiegogo to explain what went down. He weirdly confirmed that he does now still have enough money to fulfill all the orders. In fact, they will all be shipped in January. And as the Shark Tank website suggested, he has a working website now too, which was how he started earning money through direct pre-orders of the peanut butter pump, which just so happens to be his latest excuse as to why this thing is now gonna get delayed again. Knowing that he would be going on Shark Tank, Andy decided not to go and check on the final pumps in Taiwan, most likely losing him even more backers' money in the process, and instead he decided to create a website where people can order more pumps directly, which, well, you know, in all fairness, this wasn't the worst idea. As you can imagine, it no doubt brought in a crazy amount of sales from people that to this day still think that this is a good idea. Whatever the right thing to do was here behind the scenes, issues continued with the factory. As on January 15th, we got confirmation that Andy had moved operations to another factory due to the delays from his first choice. And as soon as he did that, this new factory got shut down due to COVID. When things started getting back to normal in March, we got further redesign updates regarding the cork-style stopper that would be included in the final version. And you need to check your addresses as the final product will be shipping soon, before factory delays occur once again. We even got to see pictures of the parts and the molds too. Sadly, these pieces ended up shrinking when tested, and therefore he had to redesign them again. And then we discovered that there are now somehow 18 parts to the pump, with only 2 parts outstanding. These end up getting fixed, but then the new issue is the lid. This results in Andy now finally admitting that this is not going to be ready for Christmas, but does hope that it will still be shipped in December. This obviously doesn't happen, as on January the 1st, 2021, we discovered that yet another piece needs a minor adjustment. Now obviously we've been looking at these updates every single step of the way, and the reason we're able to do this so easily is because, in Andy's defense, he has been updating backers pretty much monthly since the campaign ended. There is no denying how personally Andy has taken this. The peanut butter pump is his baby, and every every delay that is fixed leads to another delay, which in all fairness, he apologetically updates his supporters without hesitation. And in these horrendously orientated videos along with his accompanying Indiegogo update, he demonstrates how the new lid prevents the peanut butter from getting sucked up the tube, which of course results in the whole thing getting delayed again. Continuing on, in March, the pistons that were not working were replaced by more pistons that were not working. And in July, yet again, those pistons continued to not reliably work. Out of the latest 6 he trialled, 3 worked and 3 didn't. These piston issues continued all the way through up to November, when the Chinese factory finally confirmed that they had a working piston. The issues leading to this were, as expected, the thickness of the peanut butter itself, how hard was it, how warm was it, and even the hot weather in China compared to America became a major factor at 1.2. It was something that sometimes worked and sometimes didn't, simply because peanut butter's thickness is inconsistent, and to put it bluntly, it was just way too thick for a pump. Something that you no doubt predicted since the very beginning. Bringing us into 2022, where we have yet more factory delays. And as we move throughout the year, we got more and more updates informing us that we are only 1 or 2 issues away from fixing the whole thing. And in his defense, he does continue to update backers every single step of the way, giving updates pretty much every month and going into way more detail than you would ever expect. This brings us to 2023. With another start of the year reporting on practically nothing. This part didn't work and it was the factory's fault. Now this part doesn't work and it's his own fault. In order to get somewhere with this flawed design, Andy decides to bring in a partner that's essentially a shark but without the TV fame, and a partner that has specifically worked with this Chinese factory in the past. The main reason for this new unknown partner was to go over the whole design whilst putting forward the possibility for a collaboration with a genuine peanut butter manufacturer, which finally brings us to September 12th, 2023. Andy, his partner, and whoever that unnamed peanut butter manufacturer were just couldn't get this thing to work. So they had no choice but to go back to basics and redesign the whole thing. And this is that redesign. Something that is completely different, albeit better, according to Andy. Instead of what is essentially a peanut butter lid that includes an inner level that would push the peanut butter down and then in turn force it up the tube, this now far bulkier device houses specifically made pouches of peanut butter that Andy assures us is the way forward for the industry. And with this new pouch that will be sold on, I assume, his own website until the peanut butter industry catches up, the new industrial looking dispenser will squeeze the bag together, forcing it up the sprout, which granted will require significantly less effort than the previous design. The only problem is, obviously, this is not what people wanted. If you saw problems with the original peanut butter pump, then you're definitely going to be seeing problems with this. Consumers are not going to want to buy their peanut butter in pouches, that is until their favourite peanut butter brands are forcing them to do that very thing by changing their packaging, which, well, from my recent visit to the shops, nobody seems to be doing. Thankfully, his next update gave a solution to this. Every redesigned pump will come with a reusable bag, so you can transfer your peanut butter of choice into it. And before you think that sounds horrendous, Andy assures us that it's not. In fact, he gives very simple step-by-step instructions on how to transfer your peanut butter into one of his pouches.
Instructions to transfer peanut butter. You will need hot water, a shallow pan or wide bowl, a small rack or stand, a kitchen towel, and a jar of peanut butter. Boil the water and pour it into the pan or bowl. Next, place the jar of peanut butter on the rack above the water. Cover with the towel. After 5 to 10 minutes, the peanut butter can be poured from the jar into another jar. Sorry. So f***ing stupid, man.
Alexa, set 10-minute timer.
10 minutes, starting now.
After 5 to 10 minutes, the peanut butter can be poured from the jar into another jar, bag, or other receptacle. Warming and pouring the peanut butter ensures that it settles and fills the new container without the large air pockets that would happen from transferring it at room temperature with a spatula or spoon.
Right, here we go. Okay. Alexa, stop. Right, so we've done 10 minutes, because this is actually a big jar for the UK at least. Take that off. Well, it feels very wet. I don't know about if it's runny or not. I don't know how I'm going to do this, so let's just open the bag, because I guess this is kind of what the bag's going to be like. And I suppose we just tip it in there. Okay, well, the label's all coming off. So it's obviously done something. There you go. Right, here we go. Yeah, that's... And I'm squeezing it. Yeah. That looks good, doesn't it? Right, come on. This is easier than using a knife. Let's try and scoop the rest out. I'm making such a mess of this. I don't really know. Should I? This is terrible. Oh no, the bag's split. This is so not easier than just using a knife. I mean, there is so much left in there. There is literally so much in there. Look in there. There is literally... I can get so much more out of that. Right. Here's our bag of peanut butter. Yeah. It's fair to say that with every update, the pump had moved further and further away from the original pitch. As the year ended, backers were, as expected, given another delay, bringing us to 2024. Almost 4.5 years late. And sure enough, more delays with the factory continued to be given to backers via IndieGoGo's updates. That was until March of 2024.
Dear backers, not good news in peanut butter land, I'm afraid. The project is on hold for now until I obtain new investment. The explanation is below.
The update goes into detail about how the Chinese manufacturer had promised to do free reworks to get it right, something the American factories just wouldn't do. They'd simply changed their mind. In their eyes, the second revision was essentially another device, which technically, if you ask me, it was. But if what Andy was saying is true, and I do believe him, he had been led up the garden path believing that the credit he had put forward on that first design would be ported over to the second design. And simply, that just was not the case. He explained that he had felt played by the factory and that unnamed investor, the Shark, that had put forward promises that they simply had not kept. He gives a decent breakdown of the costs up to this point, but the fact of the matter is, the dude had completely run out of money. Since then, Andy has posted 3 more updates as of the making of this video once a month, all which tell the story of a man that refuses to let go of his peanut butter pump dream, going around to investors and begging for them to jump on board and save the project. Not every Kickstarter and Indiegogo that fails is a downright scam, although 99 out of 100 failed prototypes definitely do end up with the campaign owners running away with the money or the investors shipping out something that just doesn't work. What you have here is something different. This just goes to show it's the textbook definition of when you back something like this on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, you're not buying it. Without a doubt, this is one of the saddest Kickscammers I have ever covered from the creator's point of view. Yes, I would have done things differently once I worked out that my invention was just not going to work on a mass production scale, giving whatever's left as refunds, if anything was left, to the backers. But for better or for worse, this isn't what Andy has done here. After giving way more updates than I have ever seen any solo creator do, especially on a failed campaign, Andy continues to update his backers every single month, and even puts at the bottom of his campaign that they can directly email him if they wish. And from what I can tell, he does seem to reply to everyone. Andy has now created something completely different than what was originally put forward. If you thought the original peanut butter pump was solving a problem that doesn't exist, then version 2 solidifies that mindset and then some. Andy has now created something that, if released, which I sadly don't think it ever will be, causes significantly more headaches than originally pitched.
Ah! I didn't even mean for that to happen. This is the crappiest video I've ever done.
For industrial users, yeah, maybe I can see an angle here, but that wasn't who this was sold to, as looking into the comment section, nobody wants this. Nobody except Andy, who to this day continues to update those backers as he continues to pump away at this very, very, very sad project.
This is such a mess. Some people pay good money for this. Maybe I should just do it for the patrons only.
And there you have it, guys, the peanut butter scandal. Yeah, this video is very different than my other videos. Obviously, this isn't a guy that's just, taken the money and run away or spent it on something else. It's a product that I personally don't think needed to exist in the first place, but hey, maybe I'm not a big enough peanut butter user. Yeah, for me, it was just an interesting story. When you put the whole thing down in a big timeline, it shows the complete deterioration, the off-the-rails progress, if you want to call it that, of this peanut butter pump. I really do hope that Andy is able to finish this off, put a big bow on the end of it, and finish off this product. He's definitely tried really, really hard, but I really do hope he's able to finish it. I hope he's able to finish it, whether it's that original design or the, again, in my opinion, the not so good revision, whatever. I hope that one day they're able to put a big bow on this and just finish it. But yeah, there you go, the peanut butter scandal. Back to a more obvious scam video coming up next, which I'm just finishing, by the way. And you guys can check that video out when it's ready by becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. And this is the part of the video where I'd like to give a massive shout out to all of those Patreons and YouTube members, with an extra big shout out going to the following. We have, I've lost the page, I've moved the page, here we go. Sean Shaver, Keiju Samurai 1985, Boots and Pup, The Sneaky Ferret, Vitas Varnes, James De Action Saxon, Jay is Manchild, Mike Fallon, Nicholas Burtner, Chev Matic, Jabba Al Agen, Richard Alderjic, Shadow Dragon, Yelled Hamburglar, Jeff Mianowski, Bram Perez, Conrad Constantine, Andrew Dalton, Retro to Next Gen, aka Lou, Paul Float, Ryan Burford, Casey Sample, Sir Nielsen, VPS Data, Darakuda, Akatimo84, Matt Jackson, Ian Quell, Arista, Dina81, Mind of the Unsane, and Vike Echo. Thank you guys so much for your support. And yeah, if you guys want to check out videos like this one early, like I say, the next one you guys will be seeing early as well, as and when that is done. And yeah, if you want to check out other videos that I'm also working on, including the ones that you're seeing on the screen, then please do become a Patreon or YouTube member. Otherwise, just hitting the like button, leaving a comment, subscribing, the bell, all that jazz, it helps promote the video for YouTube. If that's all you're able to do, then I very, very much thank you for your support. It helps get the name out there. It helps YouTube know that this is a video that needs to be shared, so I really do appreciate it. But look, guys, until next time, this is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.